rough. Um,
It is especially rough, but that's okay because we have Mittens Girl and Stxrkzy.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, this is great. We're getting real. We have
okay, cool.
Stxrkzy and Mittens going in. This, as I mentioned before stream, is one of my favorite rounds. They're 32 and 35 averages. And I want more people in this time range competing. So if you solve a Rubik's Cube within 30 or 40 seconds, you can still compete. It's not about being fast. It's about having fun. So, Stxrkzy, how are you feeling today going in? I believe this is the second time y'all have come up against each other, or third time?
Second time. First time I got absolutely annihilated, which is fine.
That's true. Have you done anything to prepare since then?
Not really. I've just been doing some average practice sessions, getting a few, actually quite a lot of sub 30s.
Yeah, I noticed earlier you were like, "Oh dang, I have a matchup today," and then you started posting your times in the chat in the Discord, and you were getting a lot of sub 30s. You're getting 22, 27, 26. So I think you might be ready.
Yep.
Mittens Girl, I believe this is your third Rumble now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, third Rumble.
And after losing the first one, your most recent one was actually against Stxrkzy, where you won and actually ended up sweeping. I know Stxrkzy's a little bit more fired up and more well-rested this round, but now that you've gotten your one win, do you feel more motivated and competitive now that you're starting to get the nerves knocked off a little bit?
Yeah, I guess. I feel like I'm pretty okay with managing my nerves now.
Yeah, I'd say you're becoming a regular. It's good to see you around again. I hope you add on, start making a win streak for yourself. But to both of you, good luck. And Taz, think we are ready to go if everyone else is.
Yep. I've got the new scrambles up for you, so your scrambles should be up there. Get them cubes a turning and get those fingers moving. And we see already out the gate, Mittens deciding to deafen here. I still think that's the best call, because me and T-Rose don't shut up. And oftentimes I find commentary to be distracting when I'm trying to solve, but Stxrkzy seems not to be distracted or anything, demotivated at all by that, and immediately starts solving. And you can, one thing I love about the 30s to 40 second range is just the way they turn. Like, given that there are only like a smaller amount of things to remember to do, it's more about just speed. Just get corner in, get edge in, get corner permutated, get that. So you see this higher TPS in solvers like this, and I just love that energy about it. And we have a Z perm here for Stxrkzy, finishing up with a very good solve, honestly. But, oh, a +2. You hate to see it.
Yeah, that muscle memory is just so much more ingrained in these cubers. Although they haven't been cubing as long, like you said, there's less patterns to run through in your mind to try to figure out what is next. And it looks like Mittens struggled with that a little bit in the F2L phase, hesitating for the second pair, but fairly smooth through it. Let's see if she takes the round under Stxrkzy's +2, and yes!
Man, and the +2
made all
causes
the
the
difference.
loss. Oh, wow. Mittens with a 35 taking. And just so you know, both of these competitors are way, they can get times way lower than 35. So opening up with 35s is actually pretty good. I think they're getting warmed up. They're getting over their nerves, getting into this first match. And I can't believe a +2 is really what made that win there for Mittens Girl. And I think she's going to improve. We've got Stxrkzy again picking up first here. Also deafening, opting to deafen here. Just getting those F2L pairs in.
Again, good idea. Stxrkzy was talking about being nervous before this round. I don't know if they were deafened the first solve, but now we see they are deafened for the second solve. Let's see if it makes a difference and cut out that +2.
And it seems like both competitors are white cross here. I'm noticing, like, in their solving styles, it seems as if Stxrkzy is a higher TPS solver and Mittens seems to just be more in control and better recognition, because, like, a lot of the times slower.
T-perm.
Oh, that AUF was rough. Could have saved a little bit of time on that AUF, but she got it taken care of. And let's see what she comes in with. A 2783!
Wow.
an incredible solve for Mittens. And I know Stxrkzy's happy about that 30. That's a great solve. But
it's a good time.
Man, I hope we don't see another sweep. That would be pretty rough. What's up, Schnitzel? But yeah, like, so I've noticed, like, when I get closer and closer to sub 20, like, I find that sometimes TPS is good and sometimes it's bad. And there was, like, when I was, like, averaging 27 seconds, 28 seconds, I found that slowing my TPS down and just coming up with better look ahead and more elegant F2L solutions is what brought me down to that 23-second area. So I think we're seeing a little bit of that between Stxrkzy and Mittens here, whereas Mittens seems to be a little more controlled, taking her time to find the better solution and not frantically turning. Because if you keep turning fast, you can sometimes back yourself into a corner. But it does not seem like that's happening for Stxrkzy right now with a J perm, 2 looking it into an A perm, and seems very happy with that solve.
Oh, a Z perm for Mittens. You know, she struggled with this in the past, DNFing some of them, but she gets through it this time.
Is it going to be better than a 26?
An ever-improving 26 for Stxrkzy. It's hard to beat, and a solid 30-second solve from Mittens, but Stxrkzy's going to take it out from under her.
The tables turn here, and the thing about this is that this is the first time, in this matchup Stxrkzy has even taken one, like taken a match at all. And I wonder, we talk a lot about morale and like how people feel. There we go, Stxrkzy muting again. How people feel and how that can influence their solves. And maybe we'll see this out of Stxrkzy now that there is a win under their belt. We'll see. Also, I don't know or care how old the competitors are, Schnitzel.
Huge round right there for Stxrkzy. You can think of it in this way. That was 7 rounds in a row for Mittens Girl, and finally Stxrkzy getting their first one in their career matchups against each other. Really liking the speed that I see from Stxrkzy this solve. They may be motivated, maybe feeling good. Wow, that's
you can tell by that.
Right there. You can see the cube timer says 30, so definitely beatable for Mittens Girl. Let's tune in and see how she's doing.
She's on soon right now, getting done trying to recognize this PLL and 2 looking it into a U perm, using the RUU perm to get that out of the way. Let's see if it's going to be better than the 3066. Seems close, maybe. The 3907. 2-2. It tit for tat so far. We've got 2 wins to Mittens, 2 wins to Stxrkzy. Let's see if Mittens is going to be able to turn this back around. I mean, for what Stxrkzy may be finding in a morale boost, Mittens may be finding a little bit of a deficit. I'm not entirely sure how she's handling it, you know, but a 39 is a little bit...
Wasn't paying attention to her solve that round, so I'm curious. I may ask her later what went on that round. If something got in her head, huge hesitation. You know, that happens to all of us where you just find yourself freezing, and before you know it, 5 seconds has gone by.
Absolutely. And Stxrkzy is, and that's the thing that we're not seeing out of Stxrkzy. Stxrkzy is turning and turning and turning, and I think if the F2L goes well for Stxrkzy, and the last layer, like I haven't seen super lucky last layers out of Stxrkzy either. If the F2L goes well, it seems like it's going to be a good solve for Stxrkzy through and through. But I almost see some nerves coming out of Stxrkzy's hands right now. Oh no! Oh, it seems like there was a mix-up on the OLL there, leaving the door open for Mittens.
She one looks through a J perm, very pretty.
Oh, and with the slowest solve of the session so far, Stxrkzy comes in with a 43-83. Wow.
What happened there, Stxrkzy?
I failed PLO twice.
Yeah, that will happen. Was it one that you are less familiar with, or did nerves get the better of you?
No, I sort of just overturned on a wiper, and I didn't know what I was doing. So
You lost your place.
That happens to me still sometimes.
You know, coming off 2 rounds in a row, your first 2 rounds that you've won against Mittens, looked like you had some momentum behind you. Good luck in this next round.
Also, thank you, ZipZap and Phoenix. Like, thank you so much. I think this is like super cool, and it's cool because I know y'all have nothing to do with this. Like, you've never. I'm just glad it's enjoyable for y'all too.
Oh my goodness!
Like
looking at the start of this solve for Mittens is super impressive. Using D moves to complete her cross, and there was her first cube rotation of the solve so far. I am really, really happy to see what I'm seeing out of Mittens.
But it's already PLL here for Stxrkzy. And I think Mittens might be close to the same here. Stxrkzy finished up, but it looks like Mittens closing up. Thank you, Sev. Hi. A 29-30 for Stxrkzy.
It's going to be tough.
And a 26-17 for
girl.
Mittens. It is game point for Mittens here. We're doing first to 5. And so far, we've seen 2 matches to Mittens, 2 matches to Stxrkzy, and 2 matches back to Mittens. Stxrkzy absolutely has to come back. Has to answer back to that 26, which we know Stxrkzy is capable of doing because we saw a 26-10 from them earlier. So we know that's completely within their wheelhouse. We should have gotten a poll going. I'm curious who Zip Zap and Phoenix are voting for, honestly.
I was so excited watching Mittens Girl solve there. I just knew it was fast, but then Stxrkzy threw down the 29, and my heart dropped a little bit. I was like, I don't know, sub-30s are so tough in this bracket, but they both pull off the sub-30, and Mittens shaves off 3 seconds off the time. I could just tell from the beginning of the solve, he was having an amazing one.
And you can see in this solve right now for Stxrkzy, coming up on, looks like an H-perm maybe? Or no,
With authority.
Stxrkzy had a great solve there. I think they know that they have to step up right now, and they're making that happen.
Yeah, I expect him to take this one. I haven't been watching Mittens solve this time, but the consistency of keeping it below sub-30, I think Stxrkzy earned that one, getting a second one in a row.
For sure. And both competitors ended on a U-perm there. You're just a little bit late on that one, Qbert. Just a little bit late. There we go.
40.
41. So now it's 4-3. Stxrkzy has to take the next 2 rounds to win this. And Mittens will take it. The moment she takes 1 round, it is hers to keep. Wow. This is insane. I love this bracket. I wish more people were solving in this bracket. It's so much fun to watch, again, because there's just so much room for style differences there. And the thing I love most about cubing is style. Like, it's so fascinating how many different approaches you can take to put this thing back together, you know? And it looks like
I'm looking at a hand check for both competitors. I'm just trying to gauge their nerves from a physiological standpoint, and it looks like Stxrkzy is in the zone. There's a little bit of shaking from Mittens, but Stxrkzy's so fired up. They're so ready to go right as soon as they're done with inspection. I wonder if that's going to make a difference.
Looks like a pretty good solve for Mittens also. This is going to be close. They're both on PLL. Z-perm there for Stxrkzy. Authority on that, and a U-perm. 2 looking into a U-perm for both competitors. Is Mittens going to take this?
Good.
Is it faster than a 34.94?
I'm thinking yes.
And there it is!
Yes! 26.95.
Taking it with a 26.95. Wow. Let's see those claps in chat for Mittens, y'all. Wow. That is absolutely incredible.
Well done, Mittens. Another win from Stxrkzy. They did take a few rounds off of you, but wow, 2 26s that round, and a 27 earlier in the match as well. Well done. How are you feeling after that win?
Yeah, good.
Good. Were you feeling nervous there at the end?
Not really. I wasn't really paying attention to the times, actually. I was sort of just, scrambling and then doing sort of thing.
Wow, it seems like week after week you are improving. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Well done.
Yeah, that was absolutely killer performance there, Mittens. And I like the philosophy of just you deafened and you never undeafened, and you just solved until it was over. And that's honestly that's a true competitor spirit right there, Mittens. Stxrkzy, so this time around you didn't get swept. So I just want to know how that feels first.
Feels good that I didn't get swept, but yeah, I probably still have an improvement to make.
I think you really, like, if you look at these means, I still don't have the means on screen, but Stxrkzy has a mean of 32.40, and Mittens has a mean of 32.36. So they're virtually the exact same mean, which means you definitely showed up here, Stxrkzy. There wasn't a huge difference in your performance here. I'm Stxrkzy now. yeah, I think that I did pretty well, and I was very proud of the 26s and 27s that I got, because last week I got swept, and that was like lame. So I practiced a lot, and
Well, Stxrkzy, you did get the fastest solve of the match, so I think well done there.
sure.
Is that a little consolation there, or is it a drop in the bucket?
I'm not even
Stxrkzy,
sure.
you
to
can
be
be
honest.
yourself now.
I don't know what Starsky's doing right now. Was that how fast can I scramble a cube? All I saw was, I saw you stop the timer, and your timer's at 11 seconds, which I'm like, what are you doing in 11 seconds? And then the cube's just scrambled. It's like, it's not a reverse scramble. It's just, I don't know.
Well,
Oh.
I think I made him panic when I asked him a question, even though it was intended for Taz when you were Stxrkzy still. And then all of a sudden Stxrkzy became themselves again.
Oh my god. Okay. Either way, Starsky, good job. Good job. You did show up today. This was not a sweep. This was not a one-sided performance. There was definitely a chance. When you came back, I'll admit, when you came back 4-2 and you got that third win, that was exciting to me. Honestly, I was just like, that's really cool. That there was definitely a chance you were going to take that, and I think there's definitely a chance you can take it, because as we were kind of talking, Mittens didn't hear anything because she was deaf the whole time, but we were kind of talking about the difference in solving styles, and you have a higher TPS than Mittens does, and like that, depending on the scramble, depending on the solve, depending on your look ahead, could easily take a match against Mittens. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, and I think Mittens, don't you know a few PLLs? I think Starsky too looks most.
Yeah,
of them.
she did a J-Prim actually did that match.
Nice. Are you on your road to full PLL? Like, what's the news with that?
Yeah, I say that I'm gonna learn full PLL every week, but you know, I'm gonna get there at some point.
If you're anything
Took
like
me
me,
8 months in total
Yeah.
to learn OLL and PLL. Took a while.
it took me 8 months to learn PLL. So that's just use that as a rate. It took me first three days to solve my first cube, and then a year to get to be full PLL. So if you feel like you're moving at a slow pace, remember your favorite cubing streamer also moves at a slow pace. Starsky, do you have hopes for full PLL? Do you have any ambitions right now, or do you just like solving using your current method?
I'm trying to learn a bit of full PLL. Like I'm trying to learn J-perms and N-perms just now, and then trying to gradually learn every other one.
Nice. Well, I wish you luck with that. Let's get on to the next round here. I need to do a check to see who's around, because as always, y'all little goobers are just, the day comes around and you're like, we're doing a competition on Saturday at 3 p.m. How am I supposed to remember that, despite the fact we've done it every Saturday at 3 p.m. for the last 3 months? And you see, you're making matches in the chat right now. I see you. Don't think I don't watch chat.